How's it going, guys? And welcome back to BL3's Forgotten, the series where I take a look at unused and not often talked about pieces of gear to determine whether or not they deserve to be remembered within the modern meta of the game or should be left behind and forgotten. And today we're taking a look at the Sacrificial Lamb. If you'd like to get the Sacrificial Lamb for yourself, you're going to fast travel over to Skittermaw Basin on Xylurgos, specifically taking the Clan Armorette fast travel station and making your way over to Ista. From Ista, you're going to need to start the We/Slash questline, and after bringing him his goods and slashing his ass for the third time, you will be rewarded with the Sacrificial Lamb. The Sacrificial Lamb is a unique purple-rarity Tediore Shotgun, only ever coming in kinetic as it has completely locked parts and being unable to roll with any anointments. The unique effect of the Sacrificial Lamb is that when it is chucked, the explosion will heal the player for 25% of its damage. The Sacrificial Lamb has received a single change, of course being hit by the overall Tediore nerf of minus 50% to its chuck damage. Now immediately, I'm into the idea of this gun. I think having a Tediore that heals on its chuck is really good, not only as an option for Tediore builds to have some sort of innate healing outside of still trees or other gear, but it could also be a really cool effect for a Tediore that's more so geared towards shooting, where you can shoot it, use it as a normal gun, but instead of the chuck being for damage, you're chucking it for the utility of getting that heal off. And as it is, it actually was a surprisingly decent shooter, although it was still very obviously an unanointed purple weapon, meaning that at minimum it takes an entire mag to kill a single trash enemy, which means you can kill a grand total of 18.6 enemies with your entire ammo pool, which I mean, if it's not a great shooter, you'd assume that maybe it's a good chucker, but it actually sucks even more ass as a chucker. Shooting took an entire mag to kill a trash mob on True Molly 1 takedown. Chucking took nearly my entire ammo reserves to kill a single enemy on True Guardian takedown. Chucking the Sacrificial Lamb had me like, sacrificial, damn, this thing sucks. Slapping an anointment on it, it's maybe better. I mean, it literally has to be. It is absolutely doing more damage. That's what the anointment is doing. But I can barely fucking tell. It is still shit and was still taking a majority of my ammo reserves to kill anything. On the shooting side, it was definitely more effective as well, but only really killing up to 2 trash mobs per mag, though that's about what I would expect out of a generic purple Tediore shotgun, which is absolutely not to say that it is any good. Now that unique effect in practice does have that utility to get some healing on Tediore builds that might not otherwise have it, except for the fact that Moze has multiple very strong ways of healing on any Tediore, Amara has elemental lifesteal, and Zane has lifesteal that applies to any Tediore that fires bullets on Chuck, so that leaves Flak. Yeah? You gonna use the Sacrificial Lamb to heal on your Tediore Flak? Really? You're gonna do that? Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna end this video the way that I started it by saying I really like the concept here in either direction that it could go. Either you have the Lamb be effectively a Moxie gun option for Chuck builds, or you have it as a pure shooter with that utility Chuck for healing. Personally, I think that second option is a lot more interesting and is also the one that I think they were really going for here, given the fact that it's not just a Moxie gun anyways, having the lifesteal instead specifically tied to the Chuck itself. And again, I think that's really cool and could be super fun to use, but the Lamb just isn't a good gun. And really, it's a simple fix. You just gotta buff the damage and let it be anointable. That's all the Lamb would realistically need. Though honestly, I'd take it a step further, and I kinda just wish that this thing was a legendary. I feel like its effect is more than unique enough to be legendary, and again, the only issue the Lamb really has is that it doesn't have the stats to back up anything that it wants to do. It's also a reward for completing a 3-part quest that culminates in a raid boss, so I feel like it would be pretty fitting for this to have been a legendary reward. But unfortunately, we ain't in that timeline, and the Sacrificial Lamb is a purple piece of shit. But that's gonna about do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all of that. I'll be live right after this video goes up, right here on YouTube and also over on my Twitch channel, where there'll be a link to down in the description below, and just under that is a link to my Discord server where you can come and join and hang out. But with that all being said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.